Hey everybody, welcome to the QB Show with your hosts Woody Adams, Dawn Brolin, and Stacy Kildall. We'd like to take a couple minutes and thank all of our sponsors. We're really picky about the sponsors that we choose. We have to either use them or actively recommend them. Avalera.com, they do sales tax management with their amazing sales tax engine called AvaTax. It's really cool. We also have our favorite timesheet time clock solution, which is TSheets.com. Softest t-shirts in the world, I just want to say, but also an amazing product with an amazing team. Our longtime and very first sponsor, Unidata IT or Skyline, they do QuickBooks and other software hosting, amazing customer service, great pricing. And we have Zencash.com. They are a really cool program that helps you shepherd your invoices from open to paid, Zencash.com. So I hope you guys enjoy the show.
Woo! We are live, people. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the QB Show, formerly known as Radio Free QB. We just kicked Seth out.
He'll join us. He is the king.
Yeah, we kind of booted him on accident, maybe, I don't know. But in the meantime, it's just Jessie and I. So I want to say hello and welcome Jessie with TSheets, who we are.
Hello.
Anyway,
it is so good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness, I was really pumped. Stacy and Woody was like, let's have Jessie on. We got to have Jessie on, and Stacy's on vacation, and Woody.
It's a takeover.
So we're taking over. So
That's right.
I'm wearing my TSheets t-shirt, of course. I wear it every day, even when I do the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Love that.
Which apparently I've been busting on about the size of the bucket, but whatever. And my badge. So I got the T-sheets and the badge. I'm not impersonating an officer. So for those of you who are like already calling the cops, don't do it.
Don't mess with Dawn.
Don't mess with me. This is my mall cop badge.
Yeah.
So back. But Jessie, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight and on the show. So we're gonna do some fun stuff and Seth David's gonna join us. He's gonna actually build an ice cream cone for us.
I can't wait. So I did send him the live link, so hopefully he will grab that and be right back with us. So I saw that you did some sailing recently. Are you taking up sailing?
Well, okay, I have to control this screen thing. I can't, it's just bouncing back and forth. So again, I apologize for those of you who don't realize that I don't normally run the show. We let Stacy do all of that. She's the technical guru. She knows all this stuff.
She is.
And so I'm just here doing the best I can. And there comes Seth. So Seth is here. Yeah, so I will tell you a little bit about my sailing. I have a client, Springline Yacht Sales, and they're a fantastic company and great friends. And so we finished a little bit early last week, and they said, come on, let's go for a sail. And I call it, they actually let me drive, which apparently they let me, I don't know what you call it. I was at
You were captaining. You were the captain of the ship.
I was the captain. I was captaining. I was at the helm. And so it was super fun, and it was beautiful. So we went out for a couple hours, which was really very special. So
you have very cool clients.
They're very cool. It's very kind of them to do that. So anyway, so yeah, that's what I do. I don't really work. I sail. You know. And I've learned that they're not ropes. They're lines, because ropes are what you use to tie people up and kill them with. Lines are used for sailing.
Good to know.
A little technical jargon.
I will not mess that up, but it's
so
all
you're just sailing through life.
That is correct. Seth David, how are you today? By the way, I did see your picture of your apparatus on Facebook. That would be that microphone that you just had in your hand. The magnificent, yep, I have.
Oh.
I refer to that as the apparatus. I want to say, I guess, wow, we could get, those guys will never let me do this again. But I'm going to go ahead and show you.
Look at that.
This is my apparatus. I have the same apparatus as Seth.
I have some apparatus envy of you both.
Like lightsaber fights.
I typically cover it with this.
Did you ever watch the movie Spaceballs?
Yes, it's not my thing. I didn't really like it.
Oh.
This says, warning, beware of the accountant, if I can show it properly. My brother-in-law bought it for me. I guess he thought I could fit in it, but that's not going to happen. Seth David in the apparatus. What's going on tonight? Thank you so much for joining us. Am I yelling?
No.
Okay.
You're fine.
All right. Okay, good.
I am happy to be here. Unfortunately, experiencing some technical difficulties.
Well,
But
we kicked you out for a little bit.
well, everything was starting to get very slow. It
Okay.
was getting to be like a bad acid trip, and so I had to start closing applications. And apparently, my big monitor here, which is where I had you guys situated, now seems to have you, Dawn, frozen in time. An image of you from probably about 5 or 10 minutes ago, looking to the side.
Did I look stealth?
You look like you're like in action. You are, you know.
Oh, I was going to get the dogs, probably.
What if we did the whole show turned to the side?
Oh.
That would be
And
interesting.
we just all talk to each other on the side.
You could just go
We
like
could call
this.
it the profile show.
Change the little screen thing because it keeps bouncing back and forth. So there's that. So there's Jessie. I'm just going to rotate us all out. And so stand by. So it's really hard to do this by yourself. You know.
I think you're doing a great job.
I'm in the chat. I got all kinds of fun stuff going, but I want a couple things before we jump into some demos and some questions and some fun stuff. We have some great stuff that Seth is going to help us build the ice cream, and Jessie's going to show us. She has this awesome, I don't know if it's an app or what the heck it is, but she's able to share her actual phone, which we don't want to see your personal text or anything like that. But I do want to talk a little bit about QuickBooks Connect, which is coming up. And I hope that everybody is gonna come out to California and crank it out with us, because we're gonna be out there, you know, learning, teaching, having some fun. Because from what I understand, TSheets will be there.
Oh yeah.
Jessie, that's correct. TSheets will be representing.
TSheets will be there. Oh, for sure. Always a party, and we are planning
Awesome.
in this very moment. So cannot wait to come out and
Now,
support into it.
you've never been to an event before for accounting. It is not like an accounting event you've been to before. This is going to be action-packed, filled with information. There'll be certifications, training, and as a matter of fact, after this, at 8:30, there's a LinkedIn group that you're welcome to join. If you have questions about QuickBooks Connect, you can certainly join the LinkedIn group. So just go ahead and search for QB Connect in your LinkedIn profile and go ahead and join that chat, because that's just an event you do not want to miss. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about, like, I'm going to be doing advanced certification. So I'll be doing QuickBooks Desktop Advanced Certification. There will be other certifications there. Again, if you're not sure, there's going to be some awesome content happening that you have not seen at any other event that you'll definitely want to join us in that. Seth David, are you going to be there?
Where?
Are you going to be at QB Connect, Seth David?
I don't know. I'm supposed to be.
Okay, so Seth David is supposed to be there, and so maybe he'll bring his apparatus if he comes.
I
Are you
usually
guys going to do a live show?
What?
Is the QB show going to have a live show while we're there? I don't know if it falls on the right Tuesday, but...
And you know what? That's a really good QB Connect LinkedIn question. Because
Okay.
they allow me to participate. I'm honored to participate in the QB show, and honored in participating in QB Connect, and they don't totally let me, you know.
You're not planning the agenda so much.
They tell me what to do, and I'm totally okay with that. Stacy is the boss of me. Intuit's the boss of me. Joe Woodard is the boss of me. Seth David is the boss of me, and TSheets is definitely the boss of me.
Yes. Well, I'm glad that we know where we all stand.
Yeah.
I will say, I want to put a plug in for anyone who is thinking about doing the advanced certification. If you can have Don Brolin instruct you in that, you have got to take advantage. I don't know that anyone could get through it the way you can, and you make it enjoyable. People love you. I mean, it's a tough course, and people come out of it like sweating. They've lost 20 pounds. They're just like but they're like, I love Dawn, and she helped us make it through it. We're now advanced certified, so if they can take the course with you, do it. Don't miss out on that opportunity.
You are awesome, Jessie. I don't know about that, but I can tell you I have been getting a nice number of emails and Facebook posts and things from people who have finished their certification. And really, you know, I mean, I learn a lot in the class there because we don't just, I mean, we go through the certification, we go through what you need to be able to pass the exam, and we go through the guide. That's how we do it, and then at the same time, I go in and I throw in my tidbits. People in the class throw in the tips and tricks and what about this, what about that, and I have to do everything I can to keep that wrangled because my ADD, I'm all over the place. But really, we do the certification training. It's not like watching a video on, and the videos are great. The tutorials and the guide works, they're great. But when you're in a live classroom, you know you're going to learn things you will never learn anywhere else. And you'll never hear, it'll never be repeated because you can never teach a class the same way every single time. So people should really take advantage. If you've never taken a certification course, you should get your butt there and do it. And you know what? There's no excuse why you shouldn't be advanced certified. I'm just going to throw that out there. It's a hard test. It'll make you cry. You know what? It's not for the weary. And so there's that. Seth, is there anything you want to mention about that? I know you're having major concerns over there.
I'm scared. I can't take it. I can't take the test.
Okay. It's okay, Seth. We totally know that you know. There's that. So let's talk Jessie. I guess I just click on you, because otherwise it just keeps bouncing around, and I don't understand that part. But
it's based on whoever's voice is dominant. That's whose face should show up on the big picture. But if you want to control it, just click on the image, and then you're in control.
And you know what? It's my night to be in control. So I am going to click on Jessie. That's how I'm going to say it. I'm going to click on Jessie. And Jessie, tell us about what's going on. And the app. Tell us about the app.
I would love to. So, yes, we have been waiting. Our development team has been working on the new iPhone app, and it has finally been released, and we have had some great response. They're still adding features and functionality, but it just came into the iTunes store just a few weeks ago. It was a little soft launch, and now we're kind of fully pushing it out there. And so I thought it'd be really fun to just share how you can use it. And I'm just going to open up my AirPlay, make sure that I'm on.
Is that your Apple TV? Is that how you're doing it?
Well, it must be somewhat like that because let's see if it comes on. It's kind of showing dark, so I might have to reset it, but we'll see.
Okay, it's dark.
Hang on.
That's okay.
I think I need to open it up again.
Restore.
Restore.
That's all right.
By the way, just in case you're wondering, I think I got all my technical issues worked out now.
Awesome. We'll just flick it over to Seth. Hi, Seth. Wave. Give me a little wave, buddy. You're going to do a little inventory talk that we talked about last week. I'm just waiting for Jessie to be ready.
We're
going to make ice cream cones.
Ice cream cones, man. I love that. Jess, what do you think, baby?
I love ice cream. We've
Had
a lot of ice cream this summer at my house.
I need one of those backdrops. There we go. There's the app.
All right, so go ahead and click on me, and I will just, there's my iPhone as we speak, and down there on the lower right-hand corner is our new TSheets logoed icon, so I'm just going to click on that. So currently, I have Elvis. He's the employee that's clocked in right now, and he's been working on a project for about 55 minutes. I can see that by the task. What's super cool about this is I've got the customer in there. I've chosen the service items. I've added some notes. I'm going to switch this so you can see how I do this from right here. But what's also here is the GPS. And so it's grabbing points of where I've been or what Elvis has been. And I can even go back into old timesheets and see where Elvis has been. So as an employer, to be able to see your mobile workforce, kind of where they've been, what times they were at their projects clocking in, it is so handy to have all of that insight there. And so now I'm going to go back to my main time card.
So wait, we can see if Elvis has left the building.
He has left the building today. Did you see that map? And so what I can do is I can switch projects now. Let's say he's done working on that last one, and he's heading to the Flamingo. And I have it set that I require my employees to select a service item. So let's say he's going to do a little publicity there. And maybe we're going to even say we're at the QB show. As a note, done. He's clocked into that project now, automatically clocks him out of the last one, and then it's going to grab my GPS and show that data right here in just a moment. So then when I'm done, I can just clock out, takes me out, and I'm done for the day, or I can take my lunch break or whatever and have a nice little overview of my time today, and also in this pay period if I want to see that. And if I have the permission to add a manual time card, I can just go ahead and go into my time cards and add one here as well. So a lot of options there. You can see that
Can I write up notes about like what I did during that time? Is there a place I can go to do that?
Yeah, so over here in the time card, if I'm clocking in, let's clock them into the Flamingo again. I can say the enter notes, and I can just type away. I have 3,000 characters if I want to sit there all day, and it saves it to that time card. And so what's super awesome about this is once that time has been approved and it's been exported into the QuickBooks account, then, let me click back here, all of those notes show up in that description field. So from the phone, into the TSheets dashboard, into the QuickBooks account to run the payroll. So yeah, we're really excited about it, and that the user interface is just more streamlined. It's obviously updated. It's a little hint of what's to come in the TSheets dashboard. So a whole new look for TSheets coming later this year. Lots of things happening, and yeah, the crew functionality will be available within this app momentarily, probably just a few months out on that, and then we'll be off and running.
That's just phenomenal. I just want to say that I think it was, oh my goodness, I feel like a loser. Who's my friend there? Who's my friend? You did the hangout with her this morning.
Kelly.
Yes.
So Victoria?
No.
Kelly.
It's oh nuts. We had sent an email together. Christine Galley. Chris Galley.
Oh, Christine, yes.
Yeah. So she had sent out, I think, a hangout notification or something by email this morning, or somebody did, that there was going to be a hangout. And so I was like, oh, that's how I learned about the new app. I didn't get a text from Jessie. I didn't get a personal phone call from Matt. I'm just kidding. But I found out about it this morning, and I was like, okay, it's like there's nothing better. It's better than coffee. It's better than bacon.
Oh,
wow. TSheets app, so that the red T is now on my phone.
Well, I'm excited that you found it. You know, it's been this week and next is the big launch. I don't even know that the press release has been out. There was a letter sent to a lot of our clients notifying them, I believe, yesterday of the new app. So you're not too far from the big explosion of info, so don't feel bad. But I was just about ready this morning to call you about it when Christine got in front of me. So
you know what it was, Jessie? Dawn was too busy sailing anyway. She would not have gotten your call.
I know, yeah. She had her captain hat on and her badge, and
yep,
you were out on the ferry.
Oh my goodness, that's so awesome.
Blowing off her work responsibilities.
Oh, it's great.
I don't know how you do it, Dawn and Seth. You both have a remarkable multitasking work skills that I want to learn from. So
it's not always advantageous, but it's fun.
It's called multiple personality disorder.
It's probably worse than any kind of ADD you could possibly ever imagine. And I say that very respectfully because I have personally diagnosed myself with that.
I have too. And my mother will confirm that.
Exactly. It doesn't make me awesome. It doesn't make me horrible. So there's that.
I always equate it to there's some people just have 2 hands. There's those of us that have the octopus effect where we have 8 hands and they're all doing something and we get a lot of stuff done. It may not be in like a consistent, efficient order, but we can do a lot and we get there. And make it fun. We have fun with it.
Yeah.
I'm really not all these things you think I am. I just play them on the internet. It's all an act.
So Seth, I'm just going to keep the video on you because you're so wonderful. So how do you not keep the video on Seth?
I know. Where are your glasses? You were wearing sunglasses. What happened?
You had your sunglasses on before, and I have that on my phone. I have that little. See, here's how I share my phone. I'll help people, right? So here is how Woody loves how I share my. Here, let me screen share my iPhone with you.
Okay.
Hang on just a second. Okay, so here's my screen sharing as opposed to Jessie's screen sharing.
Getting a mess.
Oh, that's actress Laura Bacall has died. So that was the text message that I just got.
Oh, no.
Lauren Bacall. She was 89. I'm not thinking I'm going to make it that long, but it's okay. But anyway, so that's my screen. That's how I share, and you see the big T down there in the bottom in the I guess you call it the docking station, which is sick.
We sure do.
But so okay, here's Seth. I love your sunglasses. They're very very nice with the gold. You have a little gold rimage.
These are my classic horn-rimmed glasses from Ray-Ban.
That
They're nice.
Just to be clear, Ray-Ban is not a sponsor of the QB show.
Yeah.
But
Yet.
Yeah.
these were inspired by the show Heroes. Did you ever watch the show Heroes?
No. I'm gonna say
Okay.
no. Jesse?
Nope.
No. We gotta know, Seth. I don't know what's with you in this Heroes and this.
It's very retro look, though.
Because you guys aren't techno sci-fi geeks like I am.
No. We can't
That's
relate
true.
to you, but we love you. And so that's okay.
So-
You know what? That's what makes the world keeps going in a circle instead of a square.
So there was a character in the show Heroes who wore his regular glasses, not sunglasses, were this style. And so he was like my favorite character on the show. So I went and got online and searched horn-rimmed glasses and found these, and I said I gotta have them.
It's your homage
I love it.
to that character.
Since it's sunny out, you're probably getting a little warm. You're probably looking to have, I don't know, an ice
Some ice cream.
Yeah. So why don't you you're gonna give the scenario and you're gonna screen share and we're gonna talk about inventory and assembly items in QuickBooks Desktop.
We are. All right, let me shift some things around because now that I've got all my screens back up again, I'll go share my screen.
Cool.
All right, here we go.
Okay, let's see. Do I have to click the green thing? No.
If you click on Seth, it will stay.
All right, I got it, but I don't see anything. Your screen is black, Seth.
Have we lost Seth?
I don't see him
We
on
don't hear
yet.
him now.
Seth, are you there?
He's halfway there. He's kind of.
Yeah, he's not. He does not want to play with us anymore.
Yeah, he might have to come back on.
He might have to come back in and out. Okay, so we're not going to let him be the boss. We're going to let you be the boss.
That's scary.
I know. So I want to tell you a little bit. So I just had a nice client meeting yesterday. I'm showing you, but I'm talking because you have the awesome TSheets background. So there's that. Oh, there he is. Well, he's trying to join back in again. There he is.
All right. If I didn't know better, I'd say it was a conspiracy.
Okay, we got you. You're back in. The other Seth. I'm gonna kick out the other Seth. Should I do that?
Kick his butt out.
I'm kicking him out. Eject. I'm
Are we
ejecting.
subject to FCC regulations here? Do I have to be
That's
careful what I
awesome.
say?
Thinking ejected you.
You did. You know what? And I feel ejected, Dawn.
Right. Listen, this is not just a show about QuickBooks and TSheets.
No, I want to say I've had a ton of mentions come through. We've got Tally watching.
Oh, Tally's
We've got Gina's not watching. This is so exciting. I all these, it's like a Friends little reunion.
It's a super fun time. Seth is frozen again, and so we're going to have to, I know he wants to show us his ice cream debut, but maybe he's not. All right, so we're going to go back to talking about the client. I'm going to eject him out of this thing again, I suppose. Jessie. So let's talk a little bit about the TSheets app. I have a client I was talking with yesterday, and she's been really, really struggling. Okay, I'll put it on me for a minute. She's been really struggling with the billable checkbox going on in the desktop. So this has been something that, and I've seen it, so she's not making this up. And so I said, listen, Ann, honey bunny, please, please start entering your time with TSheets. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't be using TSheets. It'll all come in. It'll fix everything. It fixes everything. So I did a Dawn Brolin version of a demo of TSheets, which is probably not, you know, what she probably could have gained a lot from getting a demo from you, not from me. But I did give her a demo, and we're really, really, really psyched about it. I showed her how she could see other people that were logged in. She's a sole proprietor, but I wanted to ask you a little question about TSheets, and I don't think TSheets can do this now. But I want to know if maybe this is on the roadmap, and if it isn't, it's something we can put on the roadmap for the future. Okay? And so don't worry, everybody's looking at me like right now. I want you. So don't worry, you can make all the faces you want. Oh, when I ejected it, it blocked him. I need you to invite me back in. Okay, well, that's probably a problem. Let's see. Add people. So I'm going to send an invite to Seth.
Well, I will say, so billable, non-billable, that is an option that you can set if you have a connected QuickBooks account that when they log in. Now, I'm wondering, is this the vendor as employee?
So that's what we want to ask you. Can you do vendors?
I'm going to blow your mind right now.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're going to totally freak me out. Hang on. All right, I just invited you, Seth. And, okay, blow my mind because I'm really ready to freak out.
Yes, you can. You can bring in vendors as employees into TSheets so that you can track time against them for invoicing purposes. Voila! So nice.
So how do you can it be a vendor? Can they be a vendor in QuickBooks is my question.
Yes. So what you would do is you just make sure that that vendor has a first name, last name in the fields in their vendor, and then when you import into TSheets, it will pull them in as an employee, and my air quotes.
I see.
Employee.
I'm seeing them.
And then you can track time against them. So it's just a great way to invoice. We should do a show just on that, all these like crazy random functions that people might not know about. But yes, and then we have a lot of clients that will choose to use TSheets in that way and then invoice. And that's one of the reasons why we have so many contractors that use TSheets, because they have subcontractors that they're needing to invoice for the time. So it's a great fit.
Okay, so I'm freaked out a little bit, and so I would ask you in the next couple minutes, because I know Seth's going to come back in, but prepare yourself. Do you have a demo available to show us that, or is that too much pressure?
I can try to log into a QuickBooks. I don't have a QuickBooks desktop account.
That's okay.
I can access. It's possible that I can connect a QuickBooks online account.
Cool. So. That's totally fine. If not, don't worry. It's not a lot of pressure. It's not going to give you like an A versus an F.
No, I would love to show you that. So yeah, if Seth's ready to go, then I'll get this all prepped.
So if is there some way I can join the Hangout? I don't really. Oh boy, Linda's going to hate me. Click in the link that Seth posted. Right. So here's the thing. So if you can invoice for those vendors, then you should have no problem paying them and sucking the time into a vendor check. Is that correct?
Yes, you can just pay them as you would like your normal vendors that you have in QuickBooks. So.
I just want to show you. This was my note to remember to ask you that question.
Yeah. Yes. And I can actually.
Garbage.
I will follow up with you, Dawn. We have a lot of help articles, and there's a few that reference that, and it shows you how to do that and what's pulled in, and so I can send you that so that you can forward it along to your client, and then if they need a one-on-one instruction, we can do that too.
That's awesome, because I think that somebody even like me who obviously I'm in love with TSheets, and you know, I'm going to show Jessie now, and you know that I have an obsession, and my kids hate me for it a little bit every once in a while. And my friends, when I go out, they're always like, "Why are you wearing that shirt again?" And I'm like, because it's the only ones I have, because I have more than one.
We need to send you a full box of the new logoed ones.
I know. I got my word T-sheet badge in right now. I got my T-sheets. Oh right, yeah. I have the older.
The vintage. You have the vintage logo.
It's the Antiq shirt of T-sheets. And so, yeah, so it's really super awesome. And Seth's back with his doggy. Seth, hi, honey. I did you see how I invited you back?
All right, it wasn't working, but I was able to trick Google by switching to a different G Plus account.
It
So
pays to have multiple personality Google Plus accounts, right?
I told you I have multiple personality disorder. That applies through and through. Social networks everywhere. And people tell me I'm everywhere. That's how I do it.
That's awesome.
Wait, what? No, it's okay. I got this. No.
All right,
so I think
I
we're good.
can't wait to see this.
I actually managed the reboot,
Okay.
which is good. So I think we should be good. So now let me just see if I can get QuickBooks launched again. And we're going to make some ice cream.
Nice.
All right, I'm going to go. I'm going in. I'm going to share my screen, Dawn.
Go in. Do it. Just do it.
Just don't eject.
Oh, that thing better not kick him out again. He might freak out. I don't know. Seth, are you there? Seth. Wow, he's in it to win it, but it's battling him today. It's a battle. Seth, we can't see Seth. I'm just going to call him Beth. You know what? Now he's Beth. Until he comes back, he's Beth. So there's that.
Well, in the meantime, do you want to go ahead and we'll walk through a vendor as employee QBO?
Love it. Let's do it. It's on you now till we find Seth.
Okay, let's see if we can share the screen. I'll be really quick.
Go for
Let me
it.
get to the right. Dun, dun, dun. Hang on, I'm going to pull this out. So I've got two screens going.
Nice.
Sometimes on my laptop it gets a little confusing with. Okay, so what I'm sharing right now, you can see, is my QuickBooks Online account. So this is a demo, and I don't have it currently connected to QuickBooks or to TSheets, but I'm going to go ahead and select a new vendor, and I'm just going to make sure that I'm putting in a first and last name here.
Yeah. Nice. I love that.
Yeah, I think that's all I need for now.
Let's do it.
So we'll save that. We've got you in there. So now what I need to do is connect to TSheets, and I can do that by going into the App Center here. We show right up here. We are the top ranked app. We're the top rated. We're the top ranked time tracking app. The most votes within the Intuit app space is TSheets. We love that. So go in and read the reviews. You'll see why. So I'm going to say try it for free, and we're going to go ahead and say we're going to connect the account now. Let me make sure first that I'm not logged into anything here. So we'll just, switching out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and authorize a connection. It's going to talk to TSheets. We're going to say which QuickBooks file are we going to connect.
By the way, I think I finally got it working.
Oh, good.
All right, you're next.
All right.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is I am going to import from my connected account. So it's going to pull in, I want to connect. Let's do this. Connect to QuickBooks. We're going a little backwards, but that's okay.
That's all right. We can do whatever we want to do. It's our show.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And Dawn's in control.
Yeah, which...
Oh, I know it's going into some, it's all of these. I think I have to share different screens to show you the full thing, but
Okay. We're getting the feel for it.
we're authorizing. Hang on, hang tight.
That's all right.
All these pop-up windows that you can't see, but it's really exciting, and I've got a full hangout that I've done on that quick integration. Okay, so can we see this now?
Yep.
Okay, QuickBooks is connected. I can select from this preference window if I want to show service items, if I need something to be billable or non-billable. Right down here are other options. Import vendors as employees. Can you see that? It's really small, but I think I'm going to...
I'm an idiot. What if you
let's
don't want
select
all
that.
the vendors?
It's not, you're not an idiot. It's kind of, there's so much. There's a lot. It's easy, but, you know, it's
What if you want all the vendors to come in as employees? Is that a problem?
If they don't have a first and last name, they won't come in.
Okay.
So,
So like
all right.
the company name, they're not coming in.
yeah, first, last name. So I think for the interest of time, we're not going to say service items and billable and non-billable, but we'll say this. All right.
Ooh,
Let me
log into mine.
down here. Root. Make sure that I don't need to, sorry, small window. I think we're good to go now. So let's import. Pulling it over. It's connecting, pulling out. That's the beauty of QuickBooks Online. It's just all in the cloud. So we had a successful sync. Look who got imported.
Ooh,
Right here, Don Brolin.
I love that. I'm going to get paid, and that rocks.
Yep, so you are in the system. And now I've got you in here as, I'm going to go into my employees. Now you're listed.
Oh my.
And I can, I've got your info here and connect that time. Now we don't really have time right now because Seth's got a full demo.
Yeah.
But next time we'll show you how to track time against this vendor, approve it, and export for invoicing. So
I love approving, exporting, importing, and invoicing. I'm just going to say that those are some of my favorite things. Is the exporting, the importing, and the number one is the invoicing. I get very excited about that. I gotta pay them, which I don't get as excited about. No, that's not totally true. All right, Seth, Jessie, thank you so much for that, because that has just freaked me out. Now I won't sleep tonight. And of course, I've got my T-sheets up and open so I can mess with that.
Good. I'm happy to help.
That was awesome. Seth, are you ready?
I'm ready to rock.
All right, Animal.
You see my screen there?
Friend.
So just click my screen so we can all see QuickBooks.
We got you. We can see it.
All right. So, as in my usual style, I'm going to start off by running a profit and loss and balance sheet reflecting all dates so that you can see that there's no tricks up my sleeve. Very, very important. I don't want you to think there's any magic here, okay? No tricks up my sleeve. We've got all I did was start myself off with $500,000 in the bank, and that's how everybody should start off.
I love that.
So, let's see. So the question came up last week. Just a little background info on this. The question came up. Somebody had mentioned, I guess, that they had recorded a sale of an inventory part, and nothing happened on the inventory or the cost of goods sold account. Right? That was essentially the issue. And if I read it correctly, they specifically said that they had done an inventory adjustment, I guess, to adjust inventory and put it on the books. So I hadn't, just to make sure ahead of time, I kind of went and tested that theory, because I had never actually had the scenario where the only way inventory had been brought onto the books was through a journal entry. So let me show you something real quick here, first of all. We're going to go into the item list, and as I mentioned, we're going to make ice cream, okay? So I have two inventory parts, the ice cream cone and the vanilla ice cream itself. And then we have an assembly item called a vanilla cone, which naturally combines the ice cream scoop with the cone to have the completed vanilla cone. All right, everybody with me so far?
With you.
Yep.
All right. So, and just so people can see how an assembly item is set up, I'm going to right-click this and choose Edit Item. And what I've got here is I've called it vanilla cone, okay? And then down here, I've established the recipe for my vanilla cone. It takes one ice cream cone, and it takes one scoop of vanilla ice cream, right? So one of each. Now, in reality, and joking around aside, of course, what I would do in reality if I was doing this is I would, figure the 5-gallon tub of ice cream and how many scoops it yields. And I actually did do some research on that, by the way, to see what people said about how many scoops of ice cream a 5-gallon tub or a 3-gallon tub might yield. But I don't think we have time for me to get to that level of detail with this today. But I could set up the unit of measure set so that I have a 5-gallon tub, and that converts to X number of scoops, so that we really could do this for real if we wanted to. But I'm keeping it simple for the sake of this demonstration today. So we make a cone out of one ice cream cone and one scoop of vanilla ice cream. That's how this is set up. And notice, of course, my COGS account is cost of goods sold, right? My inventory account is the inventory asset account. And there's my income account, sales. I always get lost with where these accounts are. So if we sell a finished vanilla cone, it goes to sales. So that's how we set up an assembly item, right? It's pretty simple and straightforward. It's an item that consists of two or more other items. Now, let's do an experiment. So again, there's no tricks up my sleeve. There's nothing on the books. There's no income, no expenses. The only balance sheet activity is an opening balance deposit of $500,000. And the point I'm trying to get at is we have not recorded a bill for the receipt of any inventory thus far. Okay? So if I go now to post an invoice, let's go invoice a customer for the sale. We're not going to get into the assembly items just yet. That'll come next. But for now, let's just say we're selling somebody a single scoop of ice cream and putting it in his hand. Some little kid doesn't like the cone. He just wants to eat the ice cream. Messy kid. So we're going to invoice Always Right Incorporated because it's the owner of that corporation whose kid we're selling the ice cream to. And let me just sell him the inventory part, the vanilla ice cream. Okay, and we're going to sell this for, what do you think, 50 cents is fair for a scoop of ice cream?
Yeah, it's a good deal, screaming deal.
All right, 50 cents for the ice cream. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to pay attention here. In the background, I want you to watch the profit and loss and the balance sheet, because this is why I do this like this, so you can see very directly how this stuff impacts these financial statements. So if I hit Save and Close, watch what happens. I have a sale for 50 cents. I have accounts receivable for 50 cents. But notice what's not here. Dawn, I can't hear you.
You have no cost of goods sold going on.
Correct. No cost of goods sold, no inventory. Why? I'll show you why. Let's go back to my item list for a minute. If I go to my vanilla ice cream, notice it shows a quantity of -1. If I edit this item, notice what's going on down here where the average cost is.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely nothing.
That's right.
And that's the key. So, you know, the sale, the average cost has to be there in order for it to post properly to cost of goods sold and to take it out of inventory. In theory, what I should be seeing is negative inventory and cost of goods sold, right?
Right.
Because I started with 0 inventory, and by the way, I think I did put these in at a cost of 25 cents a scoop. No, I put no cost information in here. Now, but this is just for the form, right? When I'm filling it out, if I'm buying it, it's going to tell me, okay, you've established that this item costs 25 cents. So if I click OK now, there's still no update on the balance sheet. It doesn't use that cost information, right?
Mm.
So what's the trick? What's going on? What are we missing? Why isn't it working? Well, watch what happens now if I go to enter a bill. We're going to buy it from some vendor. I'm over here on the items tab, right? We're going to buy the vanilla ice cream. Let's get like 80 scoops of ice cream, right? That'll cost us $20 at a cost of 25 cents a piece. Now we're talking. See what happens now? Now this is the one cool thing about QuickBooks is it does sort of retroactively adjust for the sale that we had recorded previously, right? So I've got my inventory asset now just went 20, but then it saw that I sold 1 scoop. So it's 20 minus 25 cents, or 19.75, right? And notice my cost of goods sold did come in now at 25 cents. So QuickBooks, even though we recorded the sale before the purchase, it will kind of go back and adjust for that. So that's the deal with why a sale might post and not affect cost of goods sold and income. If that happens, it means that there's no average cost data in the item setup. So let's look now at vanilla ice cream and edit the item. And sure enough, it now shows an average cost of 25 cents, right? So as we record purchases, you know, that's what's going to happen. The average cost will update based on what price we purchased it at. If we purchase the next 80 scoops for less than 25 cents, it's going to average that down. If I pay more than 25 cents, it's going to average it up. Now, let's see, but then the person said that they did actually bring inventory into the mix, but they did it through an inventory adjustment. So let's test out a theory, which is that my theory is that inventory adjustments will not affect the average cost on an item where there hasn't been a bill recorded for its purchase already.
Right.
So I'm going to get rid of the bill. I'm deleting everything.
Delete it, all of it.
I'm just killing it.
Get it out of there.
That's right.
You're doing what clients do. oh, let me just delete stuff. Yeah.
See, I'm back to my $500,000. Yeah, that's the great thing about QuickBooks. I can just delete everything.
It's a miracle.
Just delete it all.
I just, spent $5,000 on my last, 5 years of reconciliations and postings and all that stuff, loan reconciliations, and you just delete stuff. That's fine.
Yep. That's why it's important to put your QuickBooks data file in Dropbox.
There you go. Yeah, right?
Just kidding.
My goodness,
Just kidding. Do not try that at home.
Do not try that at home. My goodness.
Quantity and total value. So now we're going to post an inventory adjustment for my vanilla ice cream. I'm going to say that I have a new quantity of 20, right? The value difference is $5, calculated at 25 cents each, right? Oh, no, I want 80. That's right. I want 80 scoops, so it costs me $20, right? So I'm doing the same thing with the inventory adjustment that I had previously done with a bill. And let's see what happens on the balance sheet and the P&L when I post this. Save and close.
Asset should change. You know it.
Survey says inventory asset changes, but I didn't get my cost of goods sold, and I didn't get the reduction based on the sale. So QuickBooks did not, even though I posted the adjustment to include it, it did not recognize it. So you've got to record at least your first inventory purchase with a bill of some sort. Now, while we're here, and this kind of came up a little bit because we were talking about prepaid inventory last week, right? So, and I just had this come up with a client this week. Let's go to the bill for a minute. I'm going to go back and do it as a bill again. Because this week I had a client come to me with kind of an interesting case. He said, and it's funny, the client, by the way, that I was working with, I didn't know what he did. I didn't know what his business did. The name didn't make it obvious. But as I'm looking at his QuickBooks file and seeing what the items are called and the other information, I realized that this particular guy sells guns and silencers. So it's kind of funny when you see something like that. I'm thinking, all right, I better not make this guy mad. So just a funny little side note. So we're going to, again, buy 80 scoops at 25 cents each for $20. Now, let's say that, as was the case with my gun-toting client, that he said to me, he says, you know what, I bought and sold this inventory, but I didn't pay for it out of the company. I paid for it out of my own pocket. So what I told him to do was we come down here, actually up here, and we go to shareholder distributions, and we say minus 20. And that way, it recalculates the bill. We have a $0 bill. I get my inventory on the books, and I get to reflect the fact that he paid for it out of his own pocket. So just a little trick there for you. Nice. And it's kind of similar to how we deal with the prepaid inventory when you're trying to apply the prepaid to the actual inventory purchase. So anyway, when I save this, there will be no accounts payable because I just effectively wrote it off. And did I delete the invoice? I think I did.
Ah, you did. It's gone.
Delete everything.
You know what? Just things. I had a client call me last night at well, first they called me and I couldn't recognize the number, and then they texted me and I'm like, oh, that person. And then she was like, I can't figure out, or she wanted to figure out how to get rid of credits on vendor payments and all this. So I showed her, I talked her through how to do it, and then she was like, oh no, that one made a check. And I'm like, all right, well, you have to delete it. How do you do that? And I'm like, well, I don't really want to show you because that'll make you'll get delete happy. I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Step away.
Step away. Control D. The Control D. But anyway, go ahead.
I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Yeah. You know it.
Cool. Yep. Control D. And QuickBooks will give you 6 warnings asking if you're sure.
Oh yeah.
So
just ignore them.
There's no excuse. When people tell me, oh, I didn't delete it on purpose, I'm like, you get 6 warnings. So if you didn't delete it on purpose, it means you chose to ignore all 6 warnings that you got.
Yes.
Are we surprised?
Yeah, just like you ignore everything I say to you as well. What?
Right. Yeah. So, all right, so now we're going to buy some ice cream cones, right, because we want to get to the assembly process. We want to actually make the ice cream cones, right? So we need some cones. If I've got 80 scoops of ice cream, then it stands to reason that I need to buy at least 80 cones so I can sell all my scoops, right? Mm-hmm. What do you think a cone should cost us? Also another 25 cents?
Yeah, not more than that. No. I work for Dairy Queen. So I dip a mean cone, Seth.
Oh, I bet.
I got you.
Yeah.
The parfait princess.
Oh, I love the peanut butter parfaits. You gotta love those. Yeah, sorry, Seth.
Yeah, that's okay. I like it. You're the queen of dairy or
Yeah,
something
definitely.
like that. I hope you're not lactose intolerant.
I'm not. Well, maybe I don't know. I don't even. I eat it anyway. If I don't feel good, whatever. Suffer, it's worth it.
Okay.
True.
All right, so I just saved my bill. So now we have $40 worth of inventory, right? $20 worth of cones, $20 worth of ice cream. What do you say we build an assembly item so we can actually sell some cones? You guys ready for this?
Build it, Seth!
All right, let's sell it.
Build it and they will come.
All right. These are crack cocaine ice cream cones. They're going to sell really well. All right, so now, how do we make an assembly item? How do we go into our little factory within QuickBooks, right? We're going to go to inventory here. Now, mind you, I have a separate inventory menu. Depending which version of QuickBooks you have, you're either going to find it here in its own menu or it'll be in vendors and you'll see inventory activities. I'm using QuickBooks Enterprise Solutions, the Accountant Edition, because I'm just that cool. So
You are that cool with them sunglasses on, too.
yeah, the horn rimmed. So that's important. So notice here we have this choice called Build Assemblies. This is what we're going to do. So we're going into the warehouse here. And what I'm going to want to do is I want to make vanilla cones, right? Now, I actually think this dial is pretty cool. First of all, one of the cool things about this is, unlike the sale of an inventory part or the sale of any or even an assembly item, in this case, QuickBooks will not let you build an assembly item if you don't have sufficient quantity of the components on hand to build it. It will stop you. You can make the build pending, but you cannot complete the build if you don't have sufficient quantity on hand. So this is going to be build reference number 1. The date is today, August 12th, 2014. And down here, I'm going to enter the quantity to build. So I have enough on hand to build 80, right? Let's try and build 90. And boom, it says QuickBooks does not have enough components on hand to build 90 of this assembly. You can either reduce the number, you can proceed, mark it as pending, and when you have enough components to build, you can build it as final, right? So we'll cancel, we'll say fine, I'm only going to build 80 cones today.
Yep. That's right.
And notice when I put in 80, it just lets it through.
Yep.
You know, it just says go on through.
Go.
It's not like a TSA agent who'd never heard of the District of Columbia. It lets me through.
Yeah, some people have difficulty with those people. I don't know what's going on with that, but whatever.
I don't know.
They're tough. They're tough on you.
They are, and the problem is when you have one that doesn't know their geography.
Yeah, they don't even know where they're going.
I know. I'm a little jealous here. I want somebody to bring me a cup of coffee, by the way.
I know. You know what? That's what I have going on back there. I don't really know how to use it so much, but don't worry about that. That's fine.
I hear you. All right, so we're ready to build. Are we ready?
I'm ready. We've got 80 going on here.
So we're building 80 ice cream cones, and we need to sell them quick before they melt. So I hope we have at least 80 people in the audience who can eat our ice cream.
Yeah.
So when I hit build and close, I want everybody to watch. Keep your eyes on the inventory asset account on the balance sheet, and I want you to watch what happens or what doesn't happen. Build and close. Notice this, because see, people in the chat were asking about this last time. When I build the assembly, of course nothing happens to inventory because I didn't change the value of the inventory. I just moved the cost from one place to another. Right? So if I go back to my item list now, I guess I closed it. Now notice we have no quantity on hand for the inventory parts, but I've got 80 of the assembly items, which means I'm ready to invoice somebody for them. I'm looking at you guys. I'm watching you.
Dawn wants my mug.
The cop? Wait a minute. Stand by. No, I don't. I'm afraid. I don't want to freeze you. She's got a TSheets mug, and I'm coming through the screen. Coming through the screen. Okay, Seth, I'm sorry. I saw her drink out of that, and that freaked me out. Go ahead.
I understand completely.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to go invoice Always Right. And you know what? Always Right, because they're a very generous company, is going to buy all 80 complete vanilla cones and sell them and give them to their employees. Actually, they're going to sell them to their employees. They're going to take it out of their paycheck.
Oh, wow. We're going to do a deduction, huh? Net pay, though. Net pay deduction, Seth.
After tax?
Yeah.
You can't deduct it pre-tax as like a health benefit?
Well, Well, people will want to. You can't do that.
Oh.
Do it, though. Don't they set up them items like champs?
You can always try. Maybe nobody will notice.
Yeah. Forget it.
All right, so our ice cream cones effectively cost us 50 cents a piece. What should we sell them for?
Oh, at least $1.50.
All right, $1.50 it is.
I got to make some money.
Big markup.
I like that markup. Stacy wants to know, when did they add the ability to print bills? I have no idea, Stacy. As far as I knew, it was always there.
Stacy's awesome. I don't remember. I thought that it might have been like 11 when you couldn't do it. And you're an enterprise too, though, so
That's true. I'm special.
you're special.
So I'm selling all 80 cones to Always Right Incorporated. We're going to make $120, right?
Yep. $120. I don't care.
Now,
I'm gonna make
before we
profit.
do this,
Margin.
let's just check and make sure that we've got an average cost in place here. We do. We have an average cost of 50 cents per.
We're golden.
So we are rocking and rolling. We are ready for our accounting system to rock and roll. Watch. Now, this is what I love about doing it like this. I mean, this is like high-flying accounting action. When I have the P&L and balance sheet up and I hit save and close, and you get to see in real time exactly what happens. You guys ready for me to hit save and close? Should we do a countdown?
I say do it.
All right.
Let's do a countdown.
Jesse, give me a countdown from 5.
We're gonna show Jessie. Do
5, 4, 3, 2.
Wait, hold on. On 1 or 1 and then I click?
Correct.
One and then click.
Because I got to switch you back.
Okay. Count me down from 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Boop, boop. Look at that.
Nice.
Look at that action. I got sales of $120. I got cost of goods sold of $40. We've made $80,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So that's like, $40 for me and 20 each for you two, something like that.
I'm gonna pay you like $6 a piece.
Okay. Notice we got no inventory left because we sold it all.
Of course.
I
No
love
wouldn't
inventory
want
on
it.
the balance sheet, but I'm good like that. I know how to get things sold.
I love
And we got accounts payable of $20 because we still haven't paid for it. But when we collect this receivable, we'll be able to pay the payable. Forget about the fact that we have $500,000 in the bank. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. We never spend our own money.
No. No.
And that, my friends, is everything. That's the whole process. That's why we might see a sale that doesn't impact inventory or cost of goods sold, but does impact sales. That is how we create the assembly item. That is how we build the assembly item, and that is how we sell the assembly item. Any questions?
That's awesome. Now I think that's Seth. That was maybe. It's an unbelievable demo. And you know what I love about that is that you showed the reports with it, and I think that's a really important point. So sometimes when we're training clients, and I'm somebody who has to have the one window open because I can't.
Oh, that drives me crazy.
That there's multiple windows open, and I'm like, what's over here and what's over there, and I can't pay attention.
There's a simple solution to that, Dawn. You see, you go to window and cascade. It solves all those problems. Boom.
Can you show that to people? I've got you sharing there. Can you show people how to do that?
Window and cascade.
Okay, so click that, and then what does that do exactly?
All right, well, first let me go back to the way I was. So first, I've tiled them vertically, right? And you know what? While we're at it, let's open up some other screens so that we can really.
Never, Seth, even looked at that.
Well, and that's what
forget
is
about
so
it.
great about these demos is there's so many features, so many functions, and a lot of times people will be frustrated like, oh, I wish I could do that, and they probably can.
Mhm.
It's just about finding the answer and knowing where to find that feature. So
Yep.
love that it's just so robust that it's usually there.
That
So
freaked me out.
I'm going full on ADD on you right now, right? I've got all these
Do it.
windows open. What?
Do it. I love it.
All right, so we go window, cascade, baby. It's all about the cascade.
Oh, I almost threw up.
Now watch this. If you really want a clean house, check this one. It's one of my favorite commands in all of QuickBooks, especially when I do my remote one-on-ones with clients and I get in there and you know how clients are. They just never close windows. They just keep opening more and more, right? And then they wonder why QuickBooks is running slow.
Oh.
So watch this. Window,
Yeah.
close all, baby.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I got to tell you a story about that. That one's one of my faves. I'll tell you why. You know what? When we're done, I'm just going to show myself for a minute. I am going to go look at the window menu, which people, I think, discount that window. And I agree, the window close all. I had a client, we actually set them up with the ability to only see certain reports in their icon bar. We never let the home page appear, so they never even knew it was there. We let them create sales receipts. And so they had sales receipts and a few reports. No open windows list. So you can imagine. This guy had like click it. Click sales receipt, click the report, click this report, click sales receipt again, then click the report. So they were like click crazy. And eventually they couldn't log into the QuickBooks file at all. And so his password became close windows. Now I know, Seth, there's a preference for that. I can't find it. That makes me an idiot.
Wait, a preference for what? You lost me on that one.
When you log off, it automatically closes all windows.
Oh, I'll show you where that is.
People told me that, and I've just never. I tried to look for it, in my 30 seconds of wanting to search for it, and I've just never been able to find it. Which preference is it under, for goodness sake?
Help her, Seth.
Seth is left because he wants. You know what? It's so
we can't see the screen.
I know. I'm going to exit full screen here. I'm going to look at Jessie for a minute. Jessie. Oh, snap. I just opened my PowerPoint. That's going to be a problem. Okay, I'm going to actually open up a sample file. It's 8:30, but you don't care about going over, do you, a little bit?
No, let's do it. Let's keep on rolling.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. So when Seth comes back, in the meantime, I'm going to share my screen, which is always very proud of me. I'm going to show my screen.
All right, don't eject me.
I'm not ejecting you. I'm going to screen share, and you're going to walk me through it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I don't know why this keeps happening, but after this, I think my computer's telling me it's time to take a break and go home.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
I can.
So I'm in Unidata. I just launched my Citrix receiver because I'm in a Mac right now. Of course, I got the circle of death because when you're in the Google Hangout, I think it slows your entire world down.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe even the world slows down a little bit.
By the way, do you think it's a coincidence that while I'm doing this particular demo, I have my microphone that kind of looks like an ice cream cone? I mean, that's kind of weird, don't you think?
I think that's really weird. And Christine Galley, who I love, she is such a sweet person in the whole wide world, who's forgiven me for forgetting she was the one who I was sent the notification about the bacon, otherwise known as the
TSheets app.
The TSheets app, yeah. So so I've been working really hard. So I'm gonna do, here's my RFQ demo. So she said it's in the desktop preferences, which of course I've got to close one of these. QuickBooks. Oh, that's powerful accounting. No one look at my business. It's all good. Don't worry about that.
Oh my God! Look at all that money.
Shoot. Yes, I want to exit quick.
Somebody's selling some ice cream cones.
No, I don't want to back up my QuickBooks file. Holy crap. Stacy, you're going to...
QuickBooks is warning you. It's like...
Fine.
See, Dawn, once you get the preference set, you'll never have to worry about that again.
I know. Well, I was logged in, apparently. Oh, well, I guess I was in Citrix on my desktop. All right. Well, that was embarrassing. Whatever. You know what? I don't care. That's not a lot of money to think about. Okay. So here's the RFQ demo. And so she says it's in desktop preferences, and I just want to take her home with me because she's adorable. So let's see. We're in there.
Save when closing company, or wait, no, go back. You're right there. So don't save the desktop.
Okay, so that's different than saying the preference is close all windows when exiting, which is what I would like.
Effectively, it will do that, because if you say don't save the desktop, the next time, try it. Say don't save, click OK, and then close QuickBooks without closing any windows and open it back up.
Okay. Close my company. It does. So I would just wish the preference would say close all windows when exiting. How about that?
Yeah.
Well, it's like this. Let me show you another example. You know, we're going a little long. You don't mind, right, Seth?
I got all night for you, Dawn.
Love that. I
You know
love
how I roll.
stinking that. Christine Gall. See, it's one of those things, because here it is. Are you guys ready for the other thing that makes me crazy? Here it comes. Jessie, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay. We're going to service item this little checkbox. Why can't this just say this item will be used for both invoicing, sales receipts, and purchases or whatever.
I would like it to just say this is a two-sided item. Very simple,
That
very
would also be
straightforward.
perfect, right? So, but if it, at least for like end users, this item will be used for both purchases and sales. Come
But
on.
you know what's
Well, I
funny,
think
Dawn? The
that's a
first time I
great
saw that and
suggestion.
started playing with it, I actually had to spend time reading. I had to read it several times over because I'm like, wait a minute. So it's used in assemblies. Well, no, this is not going to be used in assemblies. I don't do assembly items here, but performed by a subcontractor. Okay, I get that, but I don't have any partners. I don't know. Should I check it? Bottom line, you check it. It means you can assign an expense account to the thing. Done.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So that's all good. That part's all good. I think I can unshare. Let me see if I can. Yeah, you see me now, right?
Yes, we do.
Oh my goodness, I am like a technical nerdo right now.
You are.
Okay, but what do you guys? Do you want to demo something else? What else do you want to talk about? We can do what we want.
I love, the suggestions of how it's written. I mean, we make changes all the time, and because what makes sense to us may not make sense to the end user. Like when we say it, we're like, oh yeah, we get that. But I think that those little nuggets for Intuit, like save them and share them. I mean, it'd be nice if you could kind of reword so it makes sense to you, but that's probably a little dangerous. But just to say, yeah, as an end user, this would actually make more sense.
Yeah, and that's the hard, that's a hard thing. As you probably, oh yeah, I'll click over to me. As you probably know, for TSheets as a developer, people want everything. So they're going to make suggestions to you to do this and change that and make this happen and make that happen. And you can only do so many things within your budget of changes in that fiscal year or whatever. I just think that checkbox is so extremely important. And now I know, don't save the desktop. Like usually
There it is there.
the whales. Or
It's like a hashtag.
Hashtag.
Don't save the hashtag.
Yeah.
Don't save the You know what, Dawn, we need T-shirts. We need T-shirts that say "Don't save the desktop." That would be awesome.
So maybe I'll bring some to QB Connect.
That would be awesome, and a Sleater.
And a Sleater, and I want to make sure people know. Crap, it's 8:36. Just so people know that there is a LinkedIn, and so Linda, who's in the chat room, if you go to LinkedIn. There is, if you go to LinkedIn and you find the group or the QB Connect conversation that's going on right now, you can ask your question, Linda, about that advanced certification. So she wanted to come to the advanced certifications, not sure she can go for the whole conference. So I don't know the limitations around being able to do that, so certainly ask that, but I also told you, Linda, feel free to email me. That's no problem, too. We're staring at Seth. Seth, I've got it locked in on you, but I'm going to lock it in on Jessie for a little bit.
It's a good thing I wasn't picking my nose again.
That you can totally do. He was doing that earlier. It's totally fine. We don't mind. So the other thing is, as far as some announcements, Jessie. So I'd love to know, where would people go? Obviously they can join you on Twitter and those things. So tell us about those connections. Where can people find you and things like that?
So I think the easiest way is TSheets.com. You'll see all the info about what we can do to enhance your time tracking for payroll. Our whole goal is to eliminate the manual time card, that duplicate entry, all of those issues that businesses have. Amazingly, if a business will automate their time tracking, they will save at least, this is like guaranteed, save at least over 2% in their gross payroll costs. And so it's like, why not automate it, take care of the hassle. You'll save even more just with the time that you're running payroll, any overtime expenses, things like that. So TSheets.com, we love our Google Plus followers. We're really active on Facebook, Twitter. We love to have fun with our clients and our pros. So check us out, and if there are any pros out there, pro advisors, accounting professionals, CPAs, we have an amazing pro program that you can sign up for, and it gives you a free TSheets account and an affiliate code that you can share with your clients that gives them a discount on TSheets. And we do all of the training, follow-on support, demos that you might need, and support you as well. So you can find all of that on our tsheets.com page.
So I want to also. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Seth. Go ahead.
I was just cheering for her. I said, "Yay!"
No, oh, that's all. That's really. That's it, Seth.
Seth?
Yay!
Oh wait, one more time. I wasn't on you.
Oh, all right. You ready?
I was not clicked on your.
Okay, Jessie, give me a countdown from 3 this time.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Woohoo!
I love that. That was an explosion.
I just made my dogs bark and probably pissed off my wife.
Yeah, well, you know what? We're always pissed off, just to be totally honest, okay? She's a wife. That's what we do. But I do want to tell you, as far as TSheets goes, I've had TSheets and implemented TSheets for well over a year now. I added 2 employees in the last 30 days and literally said to them, I've added you to TSheets. Go book your time. And it just better be billable time, because that's one of my rules. That's not totally true. Well, mostly. But they were able to easily download the app, log in, clock out. I literally take 10 minutes to prepare payroll. Because I monitor it on a regular basis. I won't lie about that. I'm a little bit of a timesheet psycho. They have to be logged in. By the end of the day, their time has to be in. So there's no excuse, because the app itself will clock you in and clock you out. And people will make mistakes, and you can manage your timesheet if you make a mistake and all that stuff. And if you don't want to use the app, that's cool. If you're not working for me, you can probably just log in online and do those things after the fact. You can enter a manual timesheet. But I got to tell you, preparing payroll takes me 10 minutes. And I know it's accurate, and I'm paying people. It's so easy. And then, of course, billing. I have a memorized report right on my icon bar. It's not a you should always memorize your reports in QuickBooks, even if you put them on your icon bar. Just a little tip. If you go into the icon bar and your report no longer works and you did a bunch of filters, you're going to be really ticked off. And so if you haven't done that yet, maybe you should do it and be educated and get your butt kicked like the rest of us, where you filter a report and you're all cool and you stick it on the icon bar, and then one day it doesn't work anymore. Because that stinks. But anyway, my point was that's the Woody rabbit hole right there. I put an unbilled time a report on my icon bar, so that once I do my import, I use the desktop. So I don't use QBO for my own company, because I need labor costing. I have to have it, because I have some of the jobs are really big, and I got to make sure I'm profitable. Maybe I'm not charging, my contract price isn't enough, or whatever the case is, and so I need to monitor that. And so I have my unbilled time right on my icon bar, so I can look at any moment, how much unbilled time do I have? Because when you look at that, and if you're at like 200 hours of unbilled time or 100 hours of unbilled time, and you are an hourly biller, that's $7,500 of cash that you haven't even told people they owe you yet. Like, people don't even owe you yet. And Zencash, one of our awesome sponsors, Brandon Cotta, we call him, because one time he said something and he was saying it like an English accent. I almost peed my pants. I gotta be totally honest. But Zencash cannot manage your receivables if it's sitting in unbilled time, people. But certainly you need to track that billable time. And for me, using the desktop, I host 100%, as you all could see, on Citrix and with Unidata, who's fantastic. Just signed up another couple clients last week and added employees. And Kevin Anderson over there is my rep guy, and I call him a rep guy. Kevin Anderson, I asked him if he's from the Matrix. Mr. Anderson. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. So Seth, I do watch the Matrix. With my kid.
You're a total non-techno geek.
Yep, and so there's that. I'm it's on you right now. They're so adorable. Mr. So anyway, TSheets has saved me. I can't even tell you how many hours of admin time in my.
You know what I love about TSheets?
I want you to tell me, Seth.
I love their QuickBooks Pro Advisor competition. You know why?
I just want to talk about the competition, Seth. You know what? As a matter of you out
That's
right
just
now.
crushing it.
I'm thinking about kicking him out of my show right now. He's lucky I like him, because you know what? I love a good competition.
It wouldn't be the first time, Dawn.
There's a superstar that can't be beat in some cases, Seth, and you might be that one.
I got an email from somebody, actually, a pro advisor I know very well, and she emails me the link this week to the page that I guess you guys put up this week with the latest statistics.
Yeah.
And she's like, how did you get so many points? And I'm like, I wrote back, I said, I honestly don't know. I mean, I put my affiliate link out there, and we've done some videos. By the way, I went back to the Hangout that we did with you guys a while back, and I renamed it to give it some SEO. And I retweeted it out there this week.
Oh, thanks.
Nice.
So we've got that out there. But you know what? We should get you guys back on our Friday Hangout for schoolofbookkeeping.com.
Love it.
Seth, I wanted you to tell a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit about that School of Bookkeeping, because I think it's pretty awesome. You've got some good and awesome things happening, maybe even great.
Thanks.
Except for this whole competition. I am still a little upset about it, so if we could not mention that, I won't have to bust out my BB gun. This is just a BB gun, people. This is not a real one. See, it's just actually it's empty. It's BB. It's a BB gun. Okay, so go ahead. I'm not going to bust it out on Seth, but I'm thinking about it.
So no, it takes the concept of what I've been doing for a long time and just packages it up beautifully into a subscription-based site where people can get access to the latest and greatest videos that I'm producing on various topics. So the original course was written in 2012. It was called Bookkeeping Fundamentals with QuickBooks. And at the time, I just rolled it out as a one-off course that you'd pay, and I had like a couple options, but most people were signing up for I had a 6-month option for $147, which was more than enough time for people to get through the course and still have it available as a resource for a while, so they could go back and watch the videos again whenever they need to. And then at the beginning of this year, we relaunched it with the idea that we would roll out more and more content, make it more dynamic, lots of different courses, and now we've got that. So we've got the bookkeeping fundamentals. We did Bookkeeper's Delight, which just shows some extra tips and tricks that help bookkeepers go a little above and beyond what's normally expected of them from their clients or their boss. We did a course on Google Sheets, where I actually showed you how, for somebody who, let's say, is on a low budget and doesn't even want to spend the $160 for QuickBooks Pro, I showed them how to set up basically a check register in Google Sheets and a series of tabs where you can actually create a vendor list and create a drop down so you can access the names, very similar to how it works in QuickBooks, but I teach you how you can lay this all out in Google Sheets, and at the end of the course it even shows you how to do pivot tables, which is your reporting module, so that you could actually run kind of a P&L and a balance sheet with it. So it's pretty cool. I was actually pretty impressed myself, I must say.
It could be partially the sunglasses.
What?
It could be the sunglasses, the cool sunglasses that help.
They are, because when you're cool, the sun shines down on you 24 hours a day.
Yes.
Inside and out. So.
Do you have to put a lot of sunscreen on in your office there? Because it's just like irradiating.
Well, no, the other people in here have to put on sunscreen because it's radiating from me. I am the ray of light.
They're wearing full-on solar shields, like.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
So yeah, now we're doing a cloud accounting with QuickBooks Online. We're rolling that course out and mastering Microsoft Excel for accounting pros. Nice. So doing I'm building slow, starting with the basics, but I'm going to ramp it up. And it's funny. I did a one-on-one Excel with somebody a while back where it was a student who was taking a course, and she had this demo data that was provided by her professor, and I was like, hey, do you mind if I use this? This is great, like sample data just to play with and do videos. So I can't wait to get into that part because it's all this like sales information, and it's a huge spreadsheet, so I can really go to town demonstrating how to use data filters and sorting and subtotaling and pivot tables, of course, and all that stuff. It's going to be crazy good fun.
Did you just nerd out right there, Mr.?
Totally
nerded out. Now I want to just make one note for those people who might be listening still or listening to the recording, that the shirts that we'll make may say "Don't save the desktop." That should go on the front, Seth.
Mm-hmm.
On the back, it should say "Relax. We're just talking about a preference."
Yeah, I love that. I love that. That is perfect.
We got to be careful because the people like me, if I saw somebody wearing a shirt "Don't save the desktop," I'd
BB gun coming out.
You'd pound them.
I would beat the crap out of you. So, so that's kind of important for y'all to know. But I don't want to be disrespectful with Seth and Jessie's time
Never. Hey, you know what? Real quick on that note, though, what I think we should do is I can set up a QuickBooks file so we can start a business selling these T-shirts. And we'll create the assembly items. We'll have the shirts, and we'll have the screen printing cost that has to be absorbed into the cost of the inventory, and we'll go from there. I mean, now we know how to do it, right?
A little bit of markup.
Absolutely. And I actually had a, for you, Jessie, I had an idea, and I can't remember, which makes me really, I'll remember, of course, at about midnight.
That is so mean. I'm all curious now. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
I know. I had this awesome shirt idea.
Mm.
And it was for the T in TSheets, and it said something else though, but it was like, oh, I remember. I want to make T-shirts. I don't care. We don't care if we record this stuff. It's totally fine. It's that way we remember tomorrow what the heck we said. But I wanted to say with a T, Team Brolin.
Oh.
T, because I'm all about team. So I had shirts made for Scaling New Heights a year ago, and I have a couple in my office, and they're only really made for maybe, I don't know, Barbie doll, because I don't know how a human could fit into them. But anyway, so I have like a handful of those T-shirts, and I was like looking at them as I'm cleaning the supply closet, and I'm like, I should just chuck them, but I kind of feel bad. And then I said, you know what? I should totally have T-sheets. I need to get the logo, the T.
Yeah.
So I can do Team Brolin with the T.
I love that.
If I see someone with a T-shirt that says Team something else, I will also beat the crap out of those people. Because it should only say Team Brolin. That's it. So that's copy.
Not Team Nerd Enterprises, Team School Bookkeeping.
Seth, because that's stupid. You know,
No
so
way.
Seth, if I will crush you. Anyway.
She just didn't get the shirts in time, so.
Yeah.
She had the
Get
shirts.
Team Nerd. See, now you've just challenged me, and now I have to do shirts that say Team Nerd.
Yeah, but you have to get the T, and you have to ask permission, and Jessie.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my T-shirts affiliate link on it.
Oh, no.
So that I get even more points.
No. Nope. Okay, there's been some.
I'm going to be like, Team Nerd recommends T-sheets for time tracking. Click here, and it's going to have the link right on the shirt.
Oh.
You can click my shirt.
Some total nerd with like a spacesuit. That's
There's
what
like a
I do.
QR code that they just take a picture,
I can't even
and it sends them right to T-sheets with the affiliate link.
Yeah, horrible. All right, well, I want to thank you guys so much. I'm going to click it back over to me because now I'm going to have Stacy edit out everything in between there. And Seth David, thank you so much for joining us today. Your ice cream demonstration was fantastic. And I love the cascade, except, again, it almost made me barf. But I love the tile horizontally, vertically thing. Also very cool. People don't notice. And the desktop, don't save the desktop, which is, again, a preference about closing windows when you log out of QuickBooks, close QuickBooks, not to be confused with getting rid of QuickBooks Desktop, which would be stupid. That's not right.
We can print the shirt with a checkbox next to it so that it's very clear and still have the message on the back. I love that idea.
Yeah, it's got to say that. So we'll talk about that offline.
All right.
It does have to say relax. We're talking about a preference.
You know what, Donna? I'll have my people call your people.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely.
And then you guys call my T-shirt people.
Well, we need you. We need you because it's critical. It's critical.
Now, I think TSheets should have a T-shirt making division, actually.
Yeah,
I really think you guys should do that.
Yeah, and then we could use the assembly.
Because you have T-sheets and T-shirts, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, and I could show you how to book it all in QuickBooks.
Yes, you could.
It's perfect. So we can do that. And I want to thank you guys. I hope Stacy had a great vacation. And certainly, as always, Avalera. So we didn't talk anything about sales tax during our sales of ice cream because that part, in our case...
They were in Oregon. The company was in Oregon.
It was government ice cream, so it was not taxed.
Government ice cream! Oh, my goodness.
Oregon doesn't have sales tax. So
Oregon. See, I don't even know that. I don't know that. I got to tell you, the other thing is I don't even know where that is in the country. I don't know.
It's up there near, like, Washington State, not to be confused with Washington, D.C.
Correct. I just say everything is to the left. because we're pretty close to all the way to the right, except for a little bit of Maine maybe, and some of.
Well, like you guys are right coast, I'm left coast.
Yeah. Yep. And Eastern Standard Time is the only time, and
everything else is just somewhere in between.
Correct.
That's right.
Right?
That's
you could live in Idaho, and then you could say Idaho, Idaho.
Wow.
I'm sure you've never heard that before.
Totally do that, Seth. Only you can do that on the QB show, by the way. You can't say that kind of stuff anywhere else.
That's why I asked if this was FCC regulated.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we love Avalara. We love Zencash. We talked about, if you have unbilled time, Zencash can't manage your receivables if you don't have any, right? And of course, Unidata, who I think is just maybe one of the best. It is the best hosting solution. I've been using them for forever, however long that is, in my book. And I just love to access my stuff from anywhere, which includes my MacBook, which is right here. And of course, TSheets, which if you're running a company and you don't have TSheets, you got it all. You've missed the mark. Is that what they say? It's like right here.
No, you've missed the boat, right?
But there's hope.
You've missed the boat.
You missed the boat, but there's hope. But don't make a T-shirt. That's a horrible T-shirt thing.
You've missed the boat, but you still might be able to catch a wave and catch up with the boat, or something like that.
You were really smart until then.
Is there?
Well, if anybody actually listens this far down, I think they will actually be dumber for having listened.
And hopefully Stacy doesn't cut any of it out, because it's been really an awesome show.
We could do the QB Show Poetry Hour.
Yeah, we could do the QB Show Poetry Hour, led by Seth David.
Mm-hmm.
QuickBooks Poetry.
Seth David and his app. Bring your apparatus to the Seth David Poetry
Reading.
Show. Poetry reading. All right, well, thank you, everybody. I hope you've had a good time, as we've had an awesome time, and hope you learned something. I guess that's the most important part, and didn't waste your time. Seth's going to give us a little pose. Jesse's going to give us a little knock you out pose. Love you guys so much. I love it. Peace out.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for not kicking me out.
All right, I now have to figure out how to shut it off. I don't even know.
Just close it.
Oh, wait, stop broadcast.
Throw away thumb drives, no attachments. Get the files anywhere when you're permitted access. What's the matter? Frustrated with the hassle? Jump up in the cloud and join us in the castle. We're high up in the clouds and we're never coming down. So get up, get up, get up, get up in the cloud. High up in the cloud and we're never coming down. So get up, get up, get up, get up in the cloud. Throw away thumb drives, no attachments. Get the files any